So, what if I tell you that today Serbian nationalists are going to take power in Serbia? I mean Greater Serbia, cause today it is going to be established with the help of a well-known man, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know what the hell is he doing in Kaiserredux. I would understand his appearance in fucking and Vienna, cause Arnold Schwarzenegger was born in Austria. However, his appearance in Serbia raises so many questions. However, a true Slavic Serbian man wants to become as strong as this Austrian oak, and Belgrade is the best place to raise Serbian nationalists. Even though the population of our country is only 4 million of people, we all know that the population of a true Serbia is over 20 million of people, so that's the goal for our today's campaign. Without further ado, let us deal with Croatians by implementing this epic skull. My beloved Kingdom of Serbia, and we all know that Serbia will become great again. Because who else except us can turn Balkans into a gunpowder? Don't worry, Bulgaristan, soon we will take all of your lands and incorporate your territories into Serbia. My dear Slavic brothers, I don't know about you, but I can't imagine Serbia without Crna Gora, also known as Montenegro. We need to take it back from those damn Catholics, cause Montenegro is a true one Orthodox state. Oh no, Black Monday hits Serbia. Just don't tell me that Black Monday is connected with Black Hand. This is a true disaster. Yeah, the pig is totally broken and we need to fix it as soon as possible so we can fight with Bulgarians like a good and powerful state. Finally, the good news are coming from the Austrian Empire as Strudel withdraws from the border. This is an opportunity to modernize the Serbian army. Though the occupation ended in 1926, the threat of the common army has remained. Vienna has had an army posted along our border ever since the Pan-Slavic revolt diplomatically ended with the formation of Illyria, a nation disarmed. Serbia has had no choice but to keep quiet, not daring to provoke the wrath of the Habsburgs, but this threat might be changing. Oh, it looks like Mr. Savinkov wins the Russian election. I hope that Russia is going to support Serbia as much as possible. Like I said at the beginning of campaign, this icon is insane. Sloboda ili smrt. Oh, well, we got it. Goodbye, Mr. Savinkov. However, it seems that we've got yet another Russian state, and this time it's Russian Turkestan. He is Squidward, you are Squidward, and he is also Squidward. Do I know any other Squidward in this universe? Oh yeah, maybe it's Almighty Don Host. He's the first Squidward in this campaign.
He's Squidward, you're Squidward, I'm Squidward! Are there any other Squidwards I should know about? Meow.
Finally, in 49 days, we're going to say goodbye to the Black Monday, and it's all because of the crops. Thank you so much, Wheat from Minecraft. I have always crafted bread with your help. It seems that something strange has started to happen in Serbia. We see that conspiracies are forming around the government. We should better keep an eye on them. Here comes one of the most important events in our campaign. Živković requests the Crown Princess return, and in this event we have to choose the second option. We cannot provoke Austria. Because if we choose the first one, we will simply crown Alexander II. And it looks like not all the citizens are glad with our decision, as we've got rumors in the military. Even though some crazy monarchists are trying to make a coup in Belgrade, we won't let this happen. We will resist this treason. We won't become a kingdom because having a king is simply boring. If you want to establish monarchy, come on, just go and do it in Tirana. You can even buy Brazil. Sure, the only thing that we can do is to proclaim a republic, a Serbian republic. Here we go, brothers. This is the birth of the Serbian Republic. It's 16th of February 1937. A bright new star has risen on the Balkans. Sorry Arnold, but we didn't pick you. Here we go, Brutus, another handstrike. We all know that only the Serbian monarchy can save our beloved country from dying because of Bulgarians, and that is the only way to make Serbia great again. So, of course, all hail Alexander and Chorna Ruka, or Black Hand, a phantom of the past. Looks like a true horror. The king has finally been placed once again in his rightful place as our great leader by the remnants of the old movement that sparked the Weltkrieg, the Black Hand. Are we going to provoke the second Weltkrieg? Well, I'm sure about it. And now we have to decide who we're going to stick with. Was Black General or the People's Party? And you know what, the Black General seems to be cooler. Cause this pass, you know, it looks more peaceful rather than a military pass of the Black General. Hell yeah, just look at this. Form the Black Legion, our own mythology, make work system, pacify opposition. I'm sure it is going to work in the favor of the Serbian state. And Schnitzel is going to pay a high price for destroying us 20 years ago. Just like I said, our way forward, and here we choose Dragutin Kirisovic and his junta. Yeah, this man looks like a true war criminal, and you know what? We approve it. Making war crimes in the Balkans is one of the most classical sins you can do. Especially if that sin includes Bosnia and Croatia. Alright, so Russians have become national populists once again, but this time with some different people, not from NRPR but instead NSNP, but they are still national populists. And take a look at this man and his Prime Minister Viktor Baidolikov. And simultaneously, Russia has united with the Far Eastern Russia, meaning that we've got -1 Russia in this campaign. And now the situation is way worse for the Central Asian Russia. You know, getting 2 military factories is the most base thing we can do right here and right now. Cause I need to get an additional military factory for my infantry equipment and one for the artillery. Well, I need to change my artillery. Oh yeah, I shouldn't forget about my main focus line, because take a look at these buffs that we can get for simply 56 days. That's not enough, but the bonuses are insane. So yeah, I need to search it. But before doing that, we need to organize the Congress of Belgrade. In the Weltkrieg, we have lost a large part of our country to Austria and Bulgaria. Because we cannot take Austria right now, we need to look southward. We can convene a congress in Belgrade with Romania and Greece to discuss the creation of a former alliance aimed at Bulgaria. I'm sure that it's a great choice because each neighbor of Bulgaria wants to destroy it. Of course, except for Albanians, because they are yet another Mongols of Europe. Just like Hungaristan and Bulgaristan. And hey, for YouTube, we've got a mountain general from Slovakia. However, today, we will have yet another general, the Black General. Well, his goal is simple, he wants to construct a new Serbia. However, today it is going to be a great Serbia, including my beloved Montenegro. So, the Black General. Many arguments pro and against the will of Apis have been made, and it has finally been decided that a junta will be the best course of action at the moment. The Parliament of Serbia shall be abolished and the elections of the new military government shall be held accountable by the king to prevent any abuse of power, and I shall give back the powers back to civilian government after the times of danger have passed. The army shall bring up the stability in these trying times. However, I'm not sure that Dragutin Kirisovic will give power back to civilians. I'm really not sure about it. While Hellenic Republic decided to join the Belgrade Pact, that's good, we will fight together for peace. However, Romanians decided to abandon my idea. Well, I don't know why did this happen, but nevertheless, we all know that Bucharest are traitors. Oh my god. Take a look at that. 6 military factories, which will take us only 56 days or 2 months. Come on, that can't be serious. Now I'm sure that it is truly the best focus through line in Serbia. It looks like now I'm living in a heaven, cause take a look at it. Now we have 14 military factories, and just a few months ago this number was only 3. Well, if I want to get even more political power, I guess that I need to pacify the opposition. Now that we are in the power, we need to make sure that our political enemies do not try to take advantage of the political instability of our march. It is the best to arrest those threats for the time being and release them when the regime is more stable. Which honestly means never. Black Legion. Sounds like we're fighting on the southeast of the United States. The dream of Russia and Central Asia has recently died. To be honest, they've got no chances right now, as the main Russian Republic is now moving towards the Central Asia. Ain't no way we can get plus 20% of stability just for promoting unity for 1 month. That can't be serious at all. Some people see our way of taking power to be illegitimate. Wow, why does they think so? It is the best we disperse these accusations fast, least we'll face rebellions in our hands. Yeah, I'm sure that Slavic mythology is the best one, because take a look at the buffs it gives us. The Serbs are the greatest, the Ra of the South Slav, and our mythology shows this. It is time that everyone else learns of our greatness. The more strict you say it, the more people is going to believe you. Alright, a truly interesting thing has happened, as the Tsardom of Bulgaria declared war on the Kingdom of Romania. Even though I dislike Bucharest, I can't leave Sofia defeat them, so of course, in the upcoming days after searching our own mythology, we're going to pick our option, the ultimatum to Bulgaria. They have to be destroyed as fast as possible. It is time to reclaim Macedonia from Bulgaria and Bulgaria itself. We can send Bulgaria an ultimatum to hand over all disputed territory, or the Belgrade Pact will declare war on them. Now we've got 20 divisions, and I'm sure that we are ready to destroy Bulgaristan. So, any last words, приятель? Well, so Bulgaria has rejected my ultimatum, however they know about the consequences, so they had their chance. Brutus, it's time to liberate Macedonia. It looks like Bulgarians have 0 chances to stand against my army. Well, the Russians have supported us, and we are really glad to see that. Oops, it looks like the front line is broken apart. And here is the first encirclement of Bulgarian forces. Hello, my beloved Greek Brutus. It seems that we have united with you here near Thessalonica, and it means that Bulgarians in Macedonia are now encircled. Well, here comes yet another encirclement of Bulgarian forces, and this time it's 4 divisions. Yet another 2 divisions are encircled in Thessalonica. That is a true collapse of Bulgarian army. In April 1938, Serbian forces are going to enter Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria. To put it into perspective, Bulgaria has already lost 150,000 people in this war, and we have lost only 25,000. And they have lost a big number of divisions. I'm not going to be satisfied until I see a full capitulation of this country. Sorry, Bulgaria asks for peace? No, it's not the triumph of Belgrade Pact. It will be triumph if only Bulgaria capitulates. If you agreed to give us Macedonia back, sure, there would be peace between us. However, you didn't agree, so we have to defeat you. Ложка дорога к обеду, дорогой приятель. So the time has come to divide Bulgarian lands and form the Greater Serbia. Well, I'm sure that all of this can be easily integrated. Now the Tsardom of Bulgaria is a rightful part of Serbia. So we have gained an additional 9 million people to our country. Now it's time to get some core lands in our new gained territories. Integrate Macedonia. Macedonia has changed hands repeatedly in recent history, and the people there are certainly wary of wars, occupations and oppressions. we must address their concerns and properly lay out the plans for their region. We are going to develop Macedonia just like all the Serbia. Well, it looks like Hellenic Republic has betrayed us, so we don't consider you brothers anymore. Even though I'm the only member of the Belgrade Pact, I'm still not alone, cause I've got a Bruda on the east. I'm sure that one day Russian Republic is going to help me. We need to show Macedonia that Serbia is the only country who can develop it to a high level. While since the integration of Macedonia, the situation in Serbia looks way better, and also we've got lots of core states inside of Austro-Hungarian Empire, so our state has to be developed to further expand the greater Serbian state. And I would also like to do something with Bulgaria, as I want to integrate it just like I did with Macedonia. So the Nordic Federation was formed, and it looks like Donald Trump won't be able to steal Greenland from such a powerful state, cause Denmark on its own is not able to secure Greenland. However, a powerful Nordic Federation can sign a great deal with Americans. That sounds like a good deal. In 47 days we can get an additional research slot, which sounds fair for me, so of course we are going to expand the Belgrade University. Yeah, it all sounds great, because we will gain an additional research slot. Brudas, take a look at this. It looks like we are able to conquer Albania, so of course let's justify a war goal against it, as it will take us only 170 days. Cause I don't really want to see yet another member of the Nea Dreabund at my border, surrounding me from all the sides. While Austrians and Hungarians are focused on defeating the Czech rebellion, we will attempt to demand Montenegro. Montenegro should become a part of Serbia. It will provide us with access to the Adriatic Sea and give us more loyal citizens for our armies. This largely Serbian population has expressed the wish to join our state. We can pressure Illyria to give Montenegro up in return for guarantees that we will not make any more demands towards them for the time being. I'm sure that is a great deal which Duchy of Illyria should sign. Okay, we got it, they are a true lapdog of Schnitzel. Unfortunately, the good news didn't come from Duchy of Illyria, as they refused to cede Montenegro. Sure, we will get some cores, however it won't help us right now to get back Chernogora. However, in response to such an action, we will aid our foreign brothers to destabilize Illyria from the inside. Our brothers need help. Our brothers under the Austria-Hungary have contacted us in order to aid them in escaping their clutches. The king and his council have been in talks on what our best course of action is and what consequences in taking them will. After a few days of deliberation, it has been accepted that our best course of action is offering them our full support, as they didn't give us back Montenegro. And because of that, the time has come to mobilize the population of Serbia. In a few years, we will be able to defeat Vienna and its lapdogs. But before doing that, first of all we need to destroy Albania before it joins Austrian alliance. So, any last words? Приятель. The situation is way better than we expected, as no one is defending Tirana. Now the Serbian army is going to defend Tirana. Of course, sure, it's Albanians who have attacked us, and we shall never surrender. Bye bye, Albanistan. Oh, what about Albania? Albania is a part of our country, but large parts of the population resent our presence. We can start an integration process to bring them more in line with our policies, eventually making them an integral part of the Serbian state. Yeah, sure, let's integrate Albania. They're going to be just like Kosovo inside of Serbian state. Or perhaps Bulgaria. Getting an additional 6 militia factories for Unity or DES is actually a great choice, especially if we get some more buffs for our army. So the second world crack has started not because of us, but because of Russians who have attacked the United Baltic Duchy. Now we shall see who is stronger, Kaiserreich or Rusland. However, my goal is simple. I just need to get some more divisions before we start our war against Strudel. And he's alive from the south. Oh, and do not forget about that. The Federation of the Communes of France declared war on the German Empire. I wish luck to no one, well except for communards, cause they can destroy Kaiserredux, and by doing that they can also destroy Schnitzel. Good luck, pal, just please don't attack me. Yeah, sure, you can resupply your ships in our ports. After a month since the war has started, we see that the situation on the eastern front line isn't going on the favor of the Pact. Excuse me, but why the hell did Austrians intervene in the Second Weltkrieg so early? Cause neither Ukraine, neither communards did anything to make them join this war? Okay, so that looks real strange, but nevertheless, it is much better for us, as now Austrians are going to fight on the west and east, and the least amount of forces are gonna be concentrated on border with us. Excuse me, is this the right time to join the Second Weltkrieg? Because Ukraine has almost capitulated, Belarus is captured, Lithuania is captured, Baltic Duchy is captured, and soon the Russian forces are going to enter Hungary and Galicia. I need to take lots of Slavic lands from Austria-Hungarian Empire, so yeah, I guess that this is the best possible option and date to join the Second Weltkrieg. The time has come for the Great Trial of the Duchy of Illyria. Sure, they are trying to push us, however I'm not sure about their effectiveness. Yep, most of the Austrian attacks aren't successful. Oh, take a look at it! Hellenic Republic has finally joined this war, so let's attempt to establish our first attacks in Greece, as they are not strong enough to hold my attacks. Excuse me, Schnitzel, but why are you trying to destroy your army, simply trying to attack me without having any results? It's just so weird in your catastrophic situation. Well, at least we are dominating in the air. The good news are coming from the east, as Russians have finally entered Transcarpathian Ruthenia and Galicia-Lodomeria. If you do not arrive to the help will arrive to you. We just need to hold on for a few more months and then the situation is going to become stable. Congratulations, this is my first encirclement of Illyrian forces in Greece. Congratulations, boys, the very first province of Montenegro is going to be liberated. And there are many more left to liberate. Now at least the front line isn't going to be as wide as it used to be. Yes, yes and yes, the local people have waited a long time for their liberation and that has finally happened. Serbia has came back, brudas, to the province known as the northern region of Montenegro. And soon the western part of the country is going to be liberated as well. Whoa, 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 it looks like the Danube River is going to be crossed near Sremska Mitrovica. Oh my god, brudas, we did it. The river was crossed and we have established a foothold on the northern bank of the Danube River, so it's time to look northwards and westwards. My dear Slavic brudas, congratulations, we have encircled 90% of the Greek army in this cauldron in Larissa. The only thing that is left to do is to destroy all of them. We have successfully established a foothold on the other bank of the Danube River. That's a big success. And at the same time we have successfully liberated Sarajevo. What I didn't expect to see is the successful liberation of Banat and entering the territory of Transylvania, because it was one of the worst possible places to start the offensive. However, it turned out to be one of the most successful ones, as even our gains in Bosnia aren't as good as gains here near Banat. Now the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire is inevitable, cause take a look what is happening on the front line. The Serbian forces are moving towards Budapest, the city we couldn't imagine to capture. Even Montenegro is falling under the Serbian pressure. Come on boys, it's time to liberate our Serbian brudas from this place. Oh, so the situation is now perfect to liberate my beloved city Budapest. congratulations, Budapest was successfully liberated from the troops of Schnitzel. I believe that it is going to be the final offensive on Vienna, as Russians are standing 10 kilometers away from it, and at the same time we're doing pretty good near Carpathian Mountains and at the main front line attacking Zagreb and the rest of the Hungarian cities. We are also one step away from entering Austrian territory. What a funny joke! Austria sues for peace. Sorry Schnitzel, but your time has gone. No, we shall end the Habsburgs once and for all. Excuse me, why do I have to get minus 20% of stability and minus 20% of war support because of that? So I have literally destroyed you and now we shall sign a peace? No, that doesn't work like that. If you suggested me peace when I took Bosnia and Montenegro, I would probably agree on it. However, in this horrible situation, of course you have to be destroyed, and I don't care about war support and stability. And take a look what a fantastic encirclement I have established. Minus 8 Austrian divisions. Yes, yes and yes, we did it, brothers. Fucking is Serbian. Now that is going to be way more interesting, as I'm going to attack Austrians directly from Russian territory. So Russians can't push this territory because German forces are standing here. However, do not forget that we don't really care about Berlin and their forces, so we can easily skip them and go directly to Prague and Liberec. What are you going to do now, sausage? Always remember that Serbian army is unstoppable. So, any last words, Strudel? Hell yeah, boys! Now let's divide the Austrian Empire. We've got the most victory points, so yeah, we're going to make Schnitzel our puppet. Boom! And just take a look at that. All of the Austria-Hungary was taken by me, and even the Hellenic Republic was also taken by me. Meanwhile, Kingdom of Two Sicilies has gone to People's Republic of Italy because, you know, I don't really care about Italy. Italy is just Italy. However, the rest of the Austro-Hungarian Empire is mine now, so Serbia is a mega power in Balkans. However, I'm not glad about the status of Romania, so we have to fix it. However, the rest of this war was just perfect. What about Romania? That wasn't a joke at all. Alright, so here you can see my new claims on all the territories. You can see my core states, which are signed as blue, and green states are signed as my claims. And that's how the post-war border of Serbia looks like. It's not only Greater Yugoslavia, but we have also annexed Banat and some parts of Greece because they were punished for being unloyal to us. Thessalonica is now Serbian, which means that Orthodox Saul is now in the right hands, and the hands of the Serbian people. And now the population of my beloved Serbian state is over 30 million of people, 31.2 to be exact. And I definitely need to integrate all of those lands because they were occupied by both Austrians and Catholics. And the best choice to defend my positions on the world stage is to join the Moscow Accord, so Russians won't be able to take any part of my land. Hell yeah, the Russian Republic accepts alliance. Allies once again. Just take a look at the Moscow Accord and the sphere of influence of the Third International. Now it seems that all of the Balkans and Eastern Europe is under control of Moscow and Belgrade, and Romania looks like a black spot on the map of Europe, and we, Serbians, have to change that by giving Bessarabia to Russia and turning Romania into our puppet. Sounds reasonable. Dude, we honestly look like a mega super Balkan power, as we've got lots of puppets and Schnitzel as well. Our former enemies are now my own lapdogs, and nothing is better in this lab than turning your enemies into lapdogs. Okay, so the Reichspakt has collapsed, and now you can see the Treaty of Brussels, on which Russia took 73 states and Communards took only 28 states. And it looks like France has entirely annexed the territory of the modern-day German, even though Russian forces have entered Berlin and they even captured it by themselves. Well, the borders look kinda interesting as it reminds us of the Warsaw Pact, but nevertheless, we should better focus on Romania and probably Crimean Khaganate. Oh, it seems that we can get cores in Bosnia. Sure, let's do it. I want to get all the people back to my army. Bosnia has been added to our nation, but there is still resistance amongst the Muslim population against our new rule. We need to appease them and fully integrate Bosnia into our country. Yeah, we definitely need to get more core population in Serbia because non-core population totally dominates the core population of the state. Dude, we probably got more Bulgarians in our country than Serbians. Well, this border, you know, it reminds us something from 1945, but I won't tell you the exact border. Unfortunately, we have said goodbye to the national populists, and the new government of Russia is Social Democrats, and we cannot be glad because of that. Remember, we are Chorna Ruka and we are national populists, and we hate those damn leftists. Oh yeah, sure, let's help them destroy those damn Ottomans. Honestly, I forgot about their existence. So after taking Constantinople, the Ottomans have capitulated and now all of it goes to the Ottomans. So greetings to my new core state known as Bosnia. Hell yeah! The next step in integrating the newly conquered Serbs is the integration of Vojvodina, West Banat, West Sirmia, East Sirmia, Montenegro, Northern Region, Prijepolije, Split and Dubrovnik. Hell yeah! Glory to Greater Serbia! Serbia is the nation for the Serbs, and while we tolerate other people living inside our country, we need to make sure we survive as a nation for the Serbian people. And we should better get rid of Catholic Church in Croatian lands, as the only church that can rule in Serbia is the Orthodox Church. Oh my god, so Papa Kurdistan was such a fantastic Mahmud was finally formed. Take a look at the portrait of this man. I'm sure that such a noble person can lead a newly formed Kurdish state to its new greatness. Congratulations Greece, now you control Constantinople, and take a look at Georgios. Georgios, you have a fantastic mustache, so you need to rule Constantinople like a real G. Bye bye Romania. I have no thoughts about you, as you have betrayed me when I wanted to go into war with Bulgaria, and now it's time to destroy you and divide your lands between my allies. Don't worry, I'm going to do that only by myself, because I'm the only one who can punish traitors. Of course, all the bubbles are green one, and I hope to enter Bucharest right before the 28th of February 1942. Alright, Bucharest has fallen in just 3 days. So the entirety of Romania was captured in less than 10 days. Just as I promised, Northern Bukovina and Bessarabia goes to Russia, and the rest of it is going to become my puppet without access to the sea. Alright Romania, that's way more than enough for you. Excuse me, how did I miss such a great focus in our focus tree line? Vodi Serbis Voje, a great Serbian man is so powerful that none of our enemies can be as powerful as we are, not even an Arnold Schwarzenegger. Come on Schwarzenegger, we all know that this great Serbian man is cooler than you are. This dude looks like Mike Manser. Here we go boys, now most of Yugoslavia is my core states and a part of Croatia and Slovenia is my claims, but well, let's forget about them and enjoy the core Serbian population, which is now almost 10 million of people. Even if some of our neighbors don't really like us, they still have to live with us, so we are friends with them forever, even with Catholics and Muslims. We are friends forever in this life as our homeland is freed, super prosperous the peaceful seat. That's how happy the Catholics are living in Orthodox Serbia, especially Croatians from Zagreb. Oh yeah, meanwhile Russians have started their own operation against the Crimean Khaganate, so finally we're going to be the only one faction ruling the Black Sea, as Crimea is the last bastion of independent power. And that's the political map of Europe by June 1942. If you ask me about the situation in Serbia in year 1942, I would definitely show you my statistics. Right now we've got 114 divisions, 112 military factories and 115 civilian factories, which is a lot because if we take a look at the Commune of France, they've got 146 military factories and 242 civilian factories, which is a bit more than we've got in Serbia, and you need to understand that in year 1936 we had nothing. And now we are one of the most powerful states in Europe, with a powerful army, powerful economy, lots of territories, united people, united nation, and great ideas. We are the ones who control the Moscow Accords together with Moscow, and you might see that we are one of the most powerful factions in the world. And do not forget that Austria is now my puppet, just like Czechia, Slovakia, Hungary, and the rest of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which had occupied us only 16 years ago. So if you ask me, did we manage to build a greater Serbia, I would definitely tell you that we did it at 200%.